let's discuss about the Anunnakis here. Lucifer is Enki, the father of humanity, also known as Ea. Some say that Ea would be his sister, and maybe it's not. Ea, Enki, Lucifer, Ra is the same being, you see. And I still believe that he was a single being who multiplied itself in many facets and many forms. So he became distinct personalities, men in one or family in one. So his origins is very shady, very mysterious indeed. So I still believe that maybe it's a single being who had multiplied itself. Later I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna do uh, another different video on this subject. Why I think that this family is they are the many multi-dimensional beings. See, that has multiplied itself. So Lucifer is Enki, the father of humanity. I don't know unless he really he know, because it is not a he or she. It's a shadow beings, and it has no gender, whatever. I don't believe that he had created humanity. When they came here, they were all already humans, Homo sapiens to be precise, on earth already. Lucifer is Enki, but no, he's not God. And son, no. His brother is Enlil, also known as Yahweh, and the dragon. At least this is how they like to project and appear. I mean, as their favorite or their original form, I'm not sure. However, they are dragon. Enki, Lucifer being the black dark dragon, his brother being the red, and his father, I'm not, could be a Kobazar, Al Kobazar, the white dragon, alpha dragon. Enki's son is Marduk, whom used to be the Christ or the leader of human evolution. No, human were already evolved when they came here about 500,000 years ago. What they did was to devolute human, not evolute, but they devolute, they downgraded their genome, their DNA. They are not what you think they are. They are warmongers. We were created to be their slaves. They killed off via war or viruses. They create viruses, virus, germs, superbugs, just so to spread fear among the species. And the more fear the people has, the more they will suck out energy from those beings. So the original inhabitant of the genetic library we call Earth. They conquered the life forms. The seven sisters who were the Pleiades were already here. Reptilians, no, I don't think reptilians were here unless they were the crocodile, the serpent. No, they weren't here. I'm so sorry. Before there's Eden, Eden, there were no vile animals in here. So no, they came about 500,000 years ago. Many ETs contribute to the genetic library. They do not contribute. They mess up everything. Once it was Eden in here, they make it a hell. You see now what we see: people killing people, robbery, slavery, viruses, power, fight for power, wars, battles within families. Human being bad towards the animals. They do not respect animals at all. They treat animals like garbage, you see. So no, they did not do any favor here. They disturbed the original, the balance and equilibrium of earth. Enkai or Enki took the Neanderthals and mixed it, his DNA with the Neanderthal. He mixed his DNA with that of the Neanderthals and to create a second vision. He did not create humanity at all. It's a lie here, because this fellow is one of his lineage. So, and he spells terrible. I have to correct many of his English spelling here. And he's taking sides. He's pro Lucifer and Kai, and I'm trying my best to stay on the middle. So he did not create eyes. We were already in here. There were the hominids, the Nosovans. This is the Asiatics, the Asians, the hominids, Africans, Afros. There were the Netherlands, Europeans, in a Homo sapiens, that is our version, our current, present version of species. And what they did was to manipulate our DNA and create a second version called Homo sapiens 2 or Homo sapiens. He did not create humanity, but genetically modified Neanderthals and many others. So why you say that they create humanity? He did not create, he manipulate. There's a difference. They used the original humans to feed on our life forces and still do, to prolong their lives, to prolong this alien's life. They suck on our energy, and what they do to better harvest our energy, they create conflict among ethnicities in here. They create wars between nations. They create war between ethnicities. They create super virus, super bugs. They create not natural, is deliberately created geographical disasters. This is not natural. They say natural. There's nothing natural about that. It's unpurposed, provoked geographical disaster. That's our only purpose, to be food for the gods. They are not gods. They are self-made, archetypal gods. It's called worship. The Neanderthals were already enlightened, and very involved, by the way, and they were more psychic. People in here were more psychic, more empowered than we have now. They were in harmony with the loved one. Harmony here is spelled wrongly. There's no E. With the loved one, evolution. To aid all life in evolution, not to interfere, no harm. They did not know that because the Anunnaki were and still are in a state of psychosis. They are not mentally sane, see. Completely out of touch with the third dimension. They have no empathy. They do not know the true interconnectancy with all things. They are stuck in opinionated version of reality because they create via the causal plane. So they don't know anything. They don't have the wisdom or experience about how it is to come here in the flesh and then suffer like we and the animals does. They do not know. They live for many years, for 2,000, 3,000 years. So they don't know what is to incarnate, to take up a body and then to suffer in here. All they know is about the causal body experience, which is about ethereal existence, is semi-solid and invisible to our naked eyes. Reality, and think their thought and opinions is the only reality because they declare it. That's misuse of cosmic laws and abuse as well. It's abuse. They impose their will upon life forms and enslave them. Yeah? Join them or die. Sound familiar? Romans. Not only the Romans, I want to correct that. It's not just about the Romans. Even before the Romans existed, there were already other beings fighting for the earth. See, so it's not just about the Romans. In fact, the Romans went to the Middle East and Africa to put some order because there were around this time there were around a lot of decadency, moral decadency, like Sodoma, Gomorrah. Um, all this is lustful things, all this promiscuity over there. There's no law. Children were sent for girls, a little girl was sent in Babylonian type Babylon to be as under a pretext of being a goddess, to be made a goddess to the temple, but actually she was offered to a goddess there, which is no other than Inanna or Nima, whatever, the Anunnaki demoness goddess. And these girls were molested. See, they were sexually abused in the ancient Babylonia. And the Romans have nothing to do with it. The Romans didn't. Prostitution, uh, homosexuality is not a Western Occidental issue. It started in the Middle East, Africa. It has nothing to do with the Occident. It was exported to the Occident. Okay? That the truth be told every time. They kill whoever get in their way. Everybody does that, not just Romans. The ancient whatever Asian whatever did that. The entire in Middle East, everybody did that once. So they kill whoever get in their way of the quest for resource minerals. They are greedy and seek only power and control over their own status, like wealthy businessmen with armies at their disposal. The royal lineage, their royal lineage, raid wards and subjugate the life forms and use religion to do it. Now we are talking about the Anunnakis, no more Romans, because Romans don't have this God power, this invisible power to manipulate behind the scenes and the curtains. They are not all loving, kind, as they proclaim themselves to be, but are belligerent, domineering, and deceitful, and also very empathic. Yeah, they does not have empathy. They are very empath. They are very um, narcissistic. They think about themselves in their species alone. They are tricksters. They have no respect for humanity and seek only to use us. They consider us to be their resource. But why? Because there is still those here who follows them, who worship them. So if I had got somebody who worship me all the time in my family, and I feel like I'm the God, I'm the great God, I'm the king or queen, I'm the royal family, I'm the emperor, the empress, etc. Why would I want to go down if what I want is power and prestige and a name for myself? So you cannot totally blame those creatures. You have a part to play in all that because you consent. If they do that, because they know that they have power over you, you see, you all give them the power. Once you start not to give them power, they will know that they are just as a creature, just as a creature as we all are, albeit more powerful, more knowledgeable. Mhm. So that's all that we are to them. Yeah, because you all give them power. Many of us once were them. That's how I know. I remember my life as one of them, and remember what we did. They blew up planets who do not submit to their agenda. You must surrender the resources of your planet or be destroyed. Once you submit, they impose their versions of civilization, a caste system of status, like all those who are in the higher hierarchy and the social status, social ladder, have some value, have some prestige. Those who are lower in this caste, the societal caste, is viewed as garbages. So that suppresses spiritual ordinancy and controls your mind to keep the peace of civilization. But it's all a Ponzi scheme. They just feed on the life energy and take advantage of your weaknesses. And the humans also does that to the animals. You see, it's just like I would say a pyramid. It's a life cycle. Whereas the the higher one, the bigger one, who are on top, think that they can somewhat subjugate the ones who are below. And that's how what we humans, not me, thanks to my level of intelligence and awareness, I'm not like that. I do not harm animals. If I do not help, I won't harm any animals. I respect them. But some others will do, and they do with pleasure. They think only for themselves. They don't care for animals. They do not respect animals, and then they come and ask why the Anunnakis do that to them. Why do aliens do some, I would say, recessive aliens or negative aliens do that to them? You ask yourself why they are doing what they are doing to your species. If we are to raise our awareness in other hands, I guess the things will improve because they will not have a reason to control and dominate the species here. They are not what they claim. They torture human. Ah, yeah, you also torture animals. What? You all torture animals, and now you complain why they torture humans. Some humans deserve that. because they are evil. And so if they are not evil, they are weak because they let themselves be possessed and possessed and influenced by those creatures. By the time you know that you are being possessed, do something. Go there to the toilet, take a warm shower or a cold shower with salt, and everything will be okay. Or with herbs. Go outside, run on the grass, hug a tree, and then do some sort of affirmation to take away those miasma, those influences and those energies out of you. But if you lose control, you cannot blame them because you have a free will. You can choose. In the end, they do their karma, and then they throw their karma to you. And it's up to you to decide what you want. For the good, the one that's more conscious, you want to follow consciousness, or do you want to follow the path of unconsciousness? It's all up to you. So eat any humans, and humans also eat animals. It does not count. Feed on blood, sacrifice of humans, and humans also feed on blood, sacrifice of the animals to control the natural resource. Example, soon will pay for air and sunlight. They seek only to profit. Yeah, that's because humans give so much power to those who are on the higher, on the ladder of hierarchy, in the pyramid. You see, so it's all about Warri Nancy. So Ea takes off to Pleiades. She, now he says our sister, the Lucifer sister, but it's not. Could be him. He got many names, and he can appear as a female and a male. Doesn't matter, because they have code to many creatures, many species. They can transform themselves at will to whatever they set eye open. So he is a geneticist. She also was a part of this being that's a she, also was a geneticist. And Leo, Lord of Command, he's Yahweh. He becomes Yahweh, also known as the Red Dragon. Ye is the Black Dragon. Ra, the son of Yahweh. And the other way, they say the flip side, they would say Ra also is Enkai or Ye. So who is who, what is what? It's also confused, and those people who can analyze all this need to make a point and make up their minds. Orion, Snake Queen, Reptilian, and the Syrian Canines rules this solar system. They are in charge of the solar and star system. I love it. I want the wolves to be in power here, but why are they chasing after them to kill them and to decimate their species? I love wolves, canine. I really love them. They are my favorite animal. I love all animals. However, the canines and the wolves are my favorite. Ra overthrow everybody. He is in cohort with Ina Ishita. Ina Ishita would be the granddaughter, his niece, and the granddaughter of Anu, who is the father, the great big dragon, is the father of Enlil and Enkai. Isis rules Egypt for a while. Reptilians supports Ra, Ra, to overthrow the Syrian queen who used to rule the earth originally before. So let's see. Ra overthrow everybody. He's in cohort B. His niece Ishtar, Isis. So he rules Egypt for a while. Reptilian support Ra to overthrow the Syrian queen. How about the Orion queen? They all say that there's something like the Orion queen used to rule the earth originally before. So she's Gaia. And who now wants a return to the control of the earth? So why now there's a, of course I know more or less why the feminist side nowadays, why so many women has been murdered, killed, like a systematic movement. Why it happened? It has something, some occult, there's an occult mean behind all this obscure motives for so many humans to die now in this century. It either because there's some female demon is here, or it is Ra in Kai, Lucifer, who purposely want to get rid of them, or there's another reason because they don't want this species more to procreate like last time. Last time they needed more of procreation here on Earth of this species, this human Homo sapien species. Nowadays they do not need them anymore, so that's why they turn the men into queer. You see the movement, the gay LGBT is very, it's very popular nowadays. Everybody want to become gay because it's gay to be gay. See, there's a systematic inventions, because they want to control, to curb the natality of the human species here. They don't need any more this species, so they turn to, this is not new, this has been like this many time, many years ago, during the time of Gomorrah and Sodom in the Middle East. There has always been like this. When the earth enters into turmoil, all the queer males want to become a queer. See, want to become doesn't want to, they become a homosexual, because it makes part of the system to curb natality. Because you see, man and a woman equal what? Procreation, right? And a man cannot procreate if a man, they will need a woman, and two women cannot procreate together, they need a man, right? But still they need a woman. Even two men need a woman to have a kids, but two women doesn't need a man, but need only their semen, the sperm, to create a being and then place inside their womb, and these two lesbians will end up giving birth. But that's once the approach to control natality in this planet. But it will one day it will calm down, it will go away. You see, with time it will go away. It's just the beginning, while the earth is in turmoil and it's going through changes and renovation, I would say. But it will return eventually to the axis, to the original axis. So, and who now wants a return? So she wants to return the control of the earth. So the question mark is here. The question is, isn't she behind all those feminicides? Or is Lucifer and his cohorts killing her species? Because I believe that she woman, long time ago, woman produced woman. You see, and if they wanted a male, they will go for men. Then from this woman was created a male. From her ovum there was zygote inside, sperm zygote that created another being that is a male. Then, however, if they wanted to create more males, they will have to copulate with a male. If they wanted woman, females, they can just have female without a male. That was a science a long time ago. Imagine a chicken, a hen. She doesn't need a male to lay eggs. She already has the egg. She laid the egg. You can have eggs in your house, but just have females and chicken. But if you want to fertilize the eggs, you will need a male, a rooster. If you want to fertilize these eggs to produce offsprings. See? So the same thing happened with the creation. So, yeah, the creation, the embodied creation. And who now wants a return to the control. So, Ra, R-A, Lucifer takes up to the star rules at or Shetty lizards. Shetty lizards will be, for me, I think that it will be Zetas Reticulus Grace. Because they are in cohort if the reptilians. Mythology and legends being changed. Shetty lizards, qual stonemasons, I don't think so, is on the Shetty lizards are the Zeta reticulus. Stonemasons, people, pays allegiance to this group of entities feeding them. Politics and other possessed by them. Stonemasons were the creator of brick stone cutters in ancient Egypt, and they were builders, business people who start construct. But of course they have something to do with the Anunnakis. They are not separate from Anunnakis, and with time they became the masons, and let me see, yeah, like the Rothschild, Stone Rothschild, Stonefeller. Is it his name, Stonefeller? I don't know. Is it his name, Stonefellas? I don't know. Rockefellers. Stonefellas. Rockefellers. Doesn't it ring a bell? Yeah, so they all have connection with the stone cutters of ancient Egypt. But they were not that people that you see today. They were different ethnic group, and then they kind of reptilian or Dracos, whatever, bring them there to be enslaved, and then they after that they climb up in the ladder of success, and then they bring from Europe to Middle East and Africa to work there for them, and then after that they become what they are today, successful people, and they go back to Europe to form their business, their empire, whatever. So, pensa lá, em sítio desse grupo aventativo, fidel em politics and the lizards are in Egypt who later overthrown Ra out. The lizard, now I will tell, this guy is Lucifer cohort. You see, he's the minion of Lucifer. Why in the hell would the Masons be against Lucifer when I believe that they worship Lucifer? It doesn't make any sense to it. The lizards in here are in cohort with Lucifer because they are one with Lucifer, but he want to put this Lucifer in a good light, you see. He want to defend his God at all cost. Hebrew plays like in Lel, who is the brother of Enkai or Yahweh, from also the red dragon from planet X of the Anunnaki or Elohims. Aryan here is the anti-ancient person. It was not white people at all. It has all been mistaken. Aryan is a title. It's nothing to do with ethnic group. All right. So Aryan was the anti-ancient person who later become also Hindus. Yep. India. Hinduism, Vedas incorporeal warriors of Sirius controlled by the snake queen. Hindu also have their own constellation, the constellation Indus. 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 Aryan race, nothing to do with Aryan race as a title. Also resides on, no, they are not them. That one is dragon. They are they transform themselves as a human. They have power to make you see what they want you to see and not what is there, because they can manipulate your psyche and your sheep behind your back, because each one of us has a sheep behind the back of the head, which is easily manipulated. So what they do, when if you go to Agatha, Shambhala, what you will see is what they want you to see, but down there is all lizards or reptilian. There's no humans there, whatever. So this one is a lie, and I mean they bunk it and reboot it. It's not true. Shambhala, also known as secret government. Secret government is not humans. Hello. The government in here who works for them. Hello. Wake up. Hitler worked for them in order to overthrow the Freemasons. But why? Because Hitler also wanted what? Power. Hitler wanted power, and he was somewhat jealous of the Freemasons because Hitler was after power. But he was always, I don't think that he was drugged. He just don't know what he was doing. As a result, Second World War was started, and the elites, or the Jews and others, which are not just Jews who died in the Holocaust. It was not 1 million Jews, but yes, 1 million people could be from Russia, a lot of slaves people, a lot of the East European people. There were the other immigrants like the gypsies and others. Except the black, he didn't kill blacks, he didn't kill Arabs, okay, he only killed Hebraic people and the East European people. Most of those people on the concentration camp you would see were the soldiers. Yep, prisoners of war, and not all Jewish people. That's not true. Okay, there's many people that people don't know. People just say things without know, and it takes a in-depth in-depth uh, in-depth reading, insight in order to better know. So we're sacrificing the process. Yeah, because they want to control. That was what the population, like they have now the virus. These are all programs to depopulate the people. They say that, oh, there's 7 billion lies. Why lie? Because long time ago, Earth was just slightly more expansive, bigger. Okay, and she was housing in those times. Earth was housing about 200 billion people inhabitants in here. And what's 200 billions compared with a mere meager, ordinary, mediocre 7 billions? And there's no such thing in 7 billions. It's a lie for you to say. You're to say that 7 billion in these planets is a lie. There's no such thing as 7 billion people in here any longer. And how about all those people who had died through uh, through imposed, forced uh, geographical disaster that you call natural disaster, huh? How about all those people? Millions and millions of people. I would say about 200 and 100 million people had died since the began the advent of this 21st century. Okay, there's no such a thing. So there's 7 billion minus 100 200 millions away, gone, minus still continue 7 billion. You don't know how to make your maths. I didn't go high in school, but I'm very intelligent. Even a child will know, a primary school kids will know that 200 millions, 7 billions minus 100 200 millions would not remain the same figure. You don't need to have a doctorate, a diploma in university to know this simple calculus, this simple maths. So let's continue. Controlling plan to decimate population. Romans, Second World War II and started in the okay. So it was not just Jew who died. Let's put the white. Let's whitewash the dark, which is misinformation in here. And Hitler was used to depopulate people. He was used by Zeta reticuli and lizards. And this who supported Hitler at this time was the same one who later killed him and persecuted him. You see how ironic is this system, the system that we have in this corrupted earth. Since those monsters coming here 500,000 years ago. So by the lizard control, so a strong reptilian draconians decimate, and the process by the lizard control and plan to decimate population. Which is true, and they are now doing the same thing, albeit slowly in sequence. Many say, oh, long time ago population was in one go gone. It was destroyed in one go. There were a big flood and everybody just went away. No, it was in sequence. Some part of Pangean, which was the earth, was not affected at all. You see, the part that was most affected is what we see today, Asia and the Middle East and Africa, and a part of Europe. The Americas just one fraction. The south of the Americas was then mostly, what's now South of Americas was then the mostly that was saved from destruction in those days. But everything was done slowly, bit by bit, sequence by sequence, because bit by bit a bird fills up its stomach. So ramen noodles. Anunnakis, very strong reptilian draconian warriors faction, controlled by reptilian. But they did when they did they created the system of plumbing. Without the Romans, there will be no plumbers. People will be now still pooping in the street and wiping with sandy and dried leaves. Goes after the bloodline of Jesus, the Holy Grail, Jesus, Yeshua, Joshua. So I don't think so that once the Romans was already controlled by other fact of these Middle Eastern people. Why now the Romans now was put now here as a scapegoat? They once use it as a scapegoat now. Romans went there, put some order. Just like the British also went to India just to suck the resources that there were there, like spice or other things, but also put some order because the people were always fighting among themselves and still are. That's the truth. The men don't want to accept. You see? So the same thing did the Romans. The Romans went there to put some order because there was a total lack of discipline in those days in the Middle East and Africa. So, continuing, it says, so that he didn't went after this Isa, whatever, his bloody line. That's bull crap, man. I do not buy it. In fact, the Roman emperor even asked him before he was sacrificed. They asked him, "Son, you still have a chance to plead your to speak for yourself. What you have to say? Do you have anything to say to save yourself before you be sentenced?" And he just didn't want to be saved, and arrogantly he said something very. He said something like, "For Caesar what's for Caesar, for God what's from God." And who is the God? The God is his father, Enkai, Lucifer. And the Romans have no other way, because from those time there, the Pharisees, all those people were the Hebrew and the Arabs, wanted anyway the head of Jesus, of this man Marduk, the son of Enkai. See, and he was not white. This is Jesus was not white. He looked like an Arab. He's the same thing like any Arab prince, like that. See, the same ethnic group. I've seen him many times. And Holy Grail would be his lineage, who some believe is now in Europe among the royals. Serious bloodline mastery school. Oh, he's serious, huh? Oh my goodness, it is make me more, make me make me shudder even more serious. Who is serious if not the cradle of religion creation, the cradle of all those fake masters who uses religion to enslave the hearts, the stupid heads, who anyway deserves all this in here. All religions, all those in slavery came from Sirius. There is Sirius A, B, C. I don't know whether from A, B, and C. However, it came from there. So he's from there. Oh, the mass of Sirius are C. potential in line to the throne of the earth. And he is after the snake mother goddess. The snake mother goddess could be as well be it's not Inanashita. That one will be his niece, no, his cousin. Uh, so I bet that he's could be his mother or his father mother. No, his father's sister, his auntie, the auntie called the Nima or Ninshida or Nima. He marries Inanna Maria Magdalena. What? Inanna was his father niece. That means what? His cousin. He marries Inanna Maria Magdalena bloodline of the Mother Goddess, and together they produce the son Grail. That is those blonde people of Europe. I say blonde because the Queen of England's not blonde. She's dark-haired, but uh, Celta race nevertheless. So San Grail, royal bloodline of the Europe. Inanna Maria Magdalena, Orion bloodline, bloody Orion bloodline, blonde blue-eyed, had a love affair with Yeshua Madak, overthrown with Isis Ishtar. Isis joined Mastery School of Sirius to help the human race fight the reptilians' control. Really? Really? I don't believe that. He don't give a crap for nobody here. In fact, he's in cohort with the reptilian because he could be one. Adam was darker. Yeah, Adapa, yeah. There's two of that go there. That gonna show that Adam, Adapa was darker. Yeah. Eve was a white woman from the Sirius Terra paper. I'm not sure of that. White like who? White for them is like Saddam Hussein, like Osama bin Laden. So Muslim tries to protect the Holy Land while the Crusaders goes after Yeshua, Isa's bloodline. They use the Muslim to go slaughter Jesus' bloodline as usual. No, this is because of these people have a long problem if European, because some of these people are the seeds of the Anunnakis already, right? And they hate the Neanderthal. They hate the seed of the Neanderthal. There's nothing to do because it belongs to Jesus, this is a bloodline, etc. In fact, Jesus was one of the Anunnakis. You will a fool and idiot believe in what you don't see. Have you seen Jesus? I have seen many times since I was 12 years old. Have any of you? No. So how come you vote for something or somebody that you haven't seen? Huh? I have seen him, and I'm not saying that he is bad or good. You see, but I don't know. He tried to kill me many times. That's what I can say. And I am bad. I have helped my mother. I have been a good daughter, good mother, wonderful mother. Help the poor, help the animals, uh, stray animals. I'm bad. If I were bad, and you say, oh, because you are bad, a disgrace, go and die. No, I have been good. Good. And that's why they come after me. So, slaughter Jesus' bloodline as usual, and who is the son of the mother king dog. Hey, you measure your mind, your mouth before you talk about dog and canine and wolf is here. Huh? You are worse than the dog. Understand, you idiot? Whoever wrote this is worse than the dogs. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Cats and dogs make part of the new human species. They are our protection here. And whoever kills those animals are evil reptilians, serpentines, people. Al is the brother of the former king and uncle of Anu. Al kills his brother for throne. Colocando Al could be Allah, who knows? So Muslims has to protect. They go because of racism. Will go after these people because of racism. However, though, neither they have nothing to do with Jesus. They, those Anunnakis who infiltrate into the human race, but they have nothing to do with the European, you know. They have nothing with the natives that they already found here. When I say native, have nothing to do with brown and copper skinned people, but yes, if the native Terrans, which is the Earthlings. There were already the Homo sapiens, which are a mix of hominids from Africa, Neanderthal from Europe, Denisovans or Denisovans, which were the Asians. Okay, so nothing to do with Anunnaki Jesus. Jesus was a dragon. It's not human at all, but they can come and infiltrate into the human species. They can incarnate and so on. Men of here are not human even. They kill with no remorse, with no feeling at all, because they're not human. So, to be honest, I see this differently in a light versus dark sense. To summarize all this, to me, the existence operates not on light versus dark, but perspectives and perceptions. Light energy and dark energy is simple what it is, the energy. However, of course, what feels good is good. What feels bad, but if you feel good and do harm, destroy instead of construct, then the dark or the absence, the non-existence of light will make sense to you. If what you say is that dark is good, you want to be evil because it feels good, feel empowered, then go ahead and do until you don't want it anymore. You cry yourself to sleep. You hate inside. You don't cry, but you keep inside. You know? Like that song. Don't cry anymore. Don't just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. You see? So it's all about what you choose, what it feels good to be at the moment. However, there's always a line to draw. There is. It is something that you cannot change. It's the fact that misinformation is darkening sea, and a bit bad doesn't do good to anybody. Soon or later, you gotta pay. Soon or later. So, light energy and dark energy no, I draw a line. Sorry. You look like more on how do you call one secretary of the devil, the devil advocate. And the funny part is, even hostile alien races use light energy for insidious purpose, just like a good alien race can use dark energy for helpful purposes. Yeah, it is all relative, you see. It's all very relative. That's why there is always a choice to make. You know, there's always a choice to make, whether you want to be good in a full dead road, or you follow the narrow path and strive. Oh, just be. No, don't strive. Just be good and light. You see, of course, if you are on the light side, you can always. Sometime you can have how to call. You will relapse. Have a relapse in morality. Okay. Nobody here in this universe is immune to stupidity and ignorancy. Nobody is 100% perfect, because perfection is something which is strange here in this universe. However, what you should do is to strive to be something that is going to make you feel good and make others feel good. If you think that your happiness is based in relate to make others feel miserable, like hurt somebody, steal from somebody, killing without remorse, then you got a problem. You got a very serious problem then, your psyche. So why all the conflicts? Because some have chosen the dark path, that large path, dark path, this way. There are aliens that don't understand the moral and ethical standards. Yep, and also humans here. In fact, those are their cohorts, or those are being influenced by them, or are their seeds, or just bloody, ignorant, and stupid people. So have been taught by older races of the art of war, or major disagreements and political issues had happened. It isn't because they are dark or they are bad. It's a bit more simple than that. And when they say you need the dark to understand the light, what do they mean by that? Because without the dark, you cannot see the light. It's from a dark spot where you better see where there is light. And what is light? Light is information. Darkness is misinformation, is stupidity, ignorance, suffering and pain. All an idiot would think that suffering and pain is the road to salvation, to redemption. Oh, I need to be redempted if I suffer. If I don't suffer, I will not learn. Then what you are? Even the animals, you all beat cow, you all beat the herds, you all beat your goats, your cows to obey you. But you think they will learn this way? No! They will keep inside the resentment. They will suffer. And when you finally you give them you give them the blow of the mercy, which means kill them for good. You're gonna eat their flesh, and their flesh will be filled with trauma, and that will go to your meridian cells, and you will become also a rabid beast, because that animal who died through sufferings will cause you also to become a rabid beast yourself. And when they say you need dark to understand light, what do they mean by that? Suffering, pain? No one needs suffering or pain to understand what it means to be a spiritual being. Exactly how I think. Exactly how I always thought. We do not need all this trauma. This is excuses to suck up the living daylights of the species in here. Granted, we make mistakes in life. but we learn from it. Yeah, stand up. Stand up, learn from your mistake, and choose another way, another morals from what to play. It's just like you fall down in life. All of us fall one time or another. We have made mistakes, but when we stand up, we should not say should, would be wiser for us to learn from that and then form another choices in perspective and learn eventually from the fall and not to repeat. The problem with humanity is not that they make mistake, but that they repeat it. And all because that your gods all commit the same mistake that you all does. Okay? And you are just repeating the mistakes of your gods. But causing suffering and pain open the innocent is not a way for any being to develop. No way. You degrade yourself, man. You degrade yourself. When you hold that animals, would be your farm or your domestic animal, you are being a nest. You are being an idiot, coward. See, the cowardly ones always open the defenseless and the weak. And to harm another person is not the way. It could be a human, could be an animal, and a forest. It can really scare them and put them in a state of fear and victimhood throughout their lives. Yeah, and this is the path from which psychosis starts and narcissist psychopaths are born. They learn all this from trauma from childhood, traumas as they grow older in adulthood, trauma from their society. And then they don't know, I'm not excusing anything. What we can do is to stand up from the ashes and show that we can be the best we can be, and not keep it inside and then degrade ourselves and give bad for bad. But try to be your best, the best you can be, and show to them that you are a light from the darkness that they have given you, a light that shines upon this darkening universe. Okay, so I do not believe that a child who are beaten up, who are tortured, a child animal will be any good. I say already, it doesn't save anybody, it does not correct anybody. That's why I hate violence. I hate violence against children. I hate violence against the animal. Only a stupid or possessed person inexperienced will inflict harm upon another. We become spiritual by becoming conscious and aware, and we gain understanding of the existence by learning and experiencing realities throughout the multiverse. Yeah, and to delve, to dive into insights inside us. We cannot find it outside. Um, we must dive inside of ourselves to find this ocean of knowledge that is there, waiting to be tapped, to harness all this information And by learning from mistakes we make, it does not require going through long periods of unwanted trauma and suffering caused by another. Mhm. Remember, child, that you are better than those who harm you. You are much better. Wake up from the ashes. Show that you can be the best that you can be. And be a model, a role model for others. Even through your sufferings, even through your pains, even through the obstacles that they have given you. Show that you are a harbinger of light. As for the aliens who are trying to dwindle our light, they have the excuse to think we need them for development. And some would think they do. You won't be surprised to know that there's so many channels here, so-called light workers, who think that they do a good service to mankind by just be passive, to pass all the gibberish, all the jargons that those aliens put in their minds. But really, that's just the excuse. They had this light in the past, or more precise, able to create energy. But they caused many free will violations and a lot of other reasons necessary pain. Because of this, they were cut off by universal law of free will, which they are no longer able to create. That's why now they want to use energy from other beings to have the capability to create again. That's why they come here to create all this chaos through viruses, super bugs, social problem, feminicides, wars, infanticides. All this are tools from which they use to harvest energy from the species in here. But how do they do this? By giving us soul complexes for this as I always say in my other videos, they give what? They give configurations or holograms for us to go through. I'm not a stranger to this, I'm not a stranger to this. Nobody will pass the test that they have given me without going berserk or run amok or doing some stupid thing. But I showed them when they threw me to the lions, to the tigers. They threw me to the lions. I come out as the leader of the tigers. I came out from that jungle that they put me in as a leader of the pack of those tigers that they put me to be eaten. You see, they feed on this energy using soul complex to do this. So when life shuts the door to you, wait until the time is right for you to open it up or find another way out and exit. But do not despair, do not despair. Wait. Life will show up because the multiverse will give you opportunities and hopes. These aliens that are doing this, it's possible for them to be able to redeem themselves and learn not to violate free will once again and spiritually develop. However, they refuse to do this and continue to go down the same road that got them there in the first place. They are recalcitrant. They are very, very recalcitrant. That means they are resilient. They just don't want to learn. And the much said about their minions here on and human body. This is why I refuse to forgive them, as they refuse to know better than to violate others' freedom and lives. And I can never forgive those that never learn, no wish to learn. Yeah, and you have your free will not to forgive them until they forgive themselves. And another thing that I want to say is that being passive and disobedience get to abuse of any kind by anybody, be them from this species of aliens, recessive, negative aliens, or humans, that is their minions here, it's not the way to salvation or redemption. You're not gonna become a saint because you choose not to fight back for your rights. Okay? You need to fight back, but fight back here doesn't mean that you go around, take a sniper and start to shooting innocent people to random, kill the animals. No, it's not that. That's stupid. When you do this, you are doing what your master wants. Your devil master wants of you. But to fight in another way, fight until death. Fight for, fight for freedom. And what's freedom? Freedom is your rights. Your multiverse given rights. Okay? Because being passive, oh, I must suffer because this is the will of God. It's not your way to sainthood. You not go to heaven because you turn the another cheek, like this Jesus said. That's gibberish, man. I don't even know whether he was crucified or not in the first place. Have you been there? You didn't see. How do you know? I have seen his grave. He took me to his grave. I never seen before. It was in 2005. I have this vision. He sent me to a such place called Mount Olive. And I saw a structure all washed in white downstairs there, down. I saw one like a monastery, very high, colored, painted in white, and below have a basement. And I saw some dried leaves downstairs, trees like dying already. And he showed me some what they call catatomb. No, it's not graveyard. Is that the mausoleum? Mausoleum, I guess in English. I saw there on the basement, and then I saw a man, remains of a corpse in there, and he started to cry. But how am I sure whether that man was him or the thing? I'm not sure. Have I seen him die on the cross? No. So this nonsense of, oh, you need to turn another cheek. Oh, you need to suffer because you have original sin, they will say. And you need to suffer. So wants to redeem yourself, wants to be saved. No, you don't have to. All you have to do is to take a standing point and fight for your right and stop being a coward. Because a coward is those who take advantage of those who they see as below them, below the hierarchy, the pyramid of status in society. Like the rich step on the poor. Oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want to you because you are poor, you are nobody, you don't have education. You don't have money, so I'm gonna step in your head, on your neck. See? That's how humanity thinks. Or you think, oh, I deserve all this because I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. We were born in sins and ways because our God say that. And I must suffer because if my God had suffered, why can't we? Have you seen he suffered, or have you just heard that he suffered? I didn't see. I met this being many times. I never saw him suffering. I saw him crying, yeah, in 75. In 2005, he cried. The subsequent time that he came to me, it was in 2009, 2014. He was not crying. This time he was very, very hostile towards me. See? So first he come in 75. Oh yeah, I saw him cry. He was crying. His mother was there also when one whale called Zamzam. I was young, was 10 years old. I didn't understand nothing what I've seen. I was in my country, Brazil. Also, I saw in 2005. He take me to this place. Say that's Mount Olive. I don't know any Mount Olive. Never seen before. 2005. Later on that I saw on YouTube. I started to use YouTube in 2007, 6. Around this time I started to use YouTube. Then I came to know that this place really existed. Then I saw it again. I saw him again in 2009. Yeah. No. 2014. 2016 was no later. And this time he was very hostile, very. He really showed who he really was, his true color. And he wanted to kill me. And I was a black man. There was a funeral hearse waiting for me. Black color. He wanted to impose suffer on me in a panic. But he knows that I'm a very cold person, you know. I try to solve my problem in a way very rational rather than overreacting, whatever. So I'm a very composed, very cool, and if he thought that he could scare me, he was wrong. Once that another entity passing up on him, some would say, maybe you have seen another entity pass up on him. Maybe yes, maybe no, but why the real one didn't come to tell that it was not him? Why? Why keep on the shed? I tell you something. What is dubious, what you should doubt, will never hide themselves. Is that which is hidden that you should be aware of. Okay? Those who hide in the shadows. And we don't have to suffer. Don't have to turn another cheek. But you need to avoid the problem. Avoid. How? Not to be the attacker, but be the defender. Be the defender. Don't be the attacker. But you don't have to suffer. Suffer is not the way to sainthood. It's not the way to salvation. I always have this motto. I don't like suffering. I don't like to see nobody suffering. I like to pull this person by the shoulder and say, stand up. Go there and fight. You can make it. Go. Even if you're alone, because the head here needs people. Need community, need family, need friends. Without them, we will die. I have been all my life, most of the time, alone. Nobody to help me. Totally alone in a foreign country. I'm not scared yet. See? So that's what this heroism is all about. Heroism is not when you take a gun with an army of 100 men and go to war with a man or a woman. Doesn't matter, because nowadays I have some stupid woman who go to the army. For me, stupid. Because this is not a way of heroism. It's not the way of empowerment. Empowerment is to know. Knowledge is the empowerment. Okay? So, see, many people, this is not the way to be a hero. It's not to go to the army. Hero is all those women and men who battle life alone, who have to support a family, have many people under their care. Those are heroes. The little woman was single mother. Those are heroines. And not just, oh, I'm going to war because I love my country, my nation, because my government asked me to go and die for the elite. It's not a hero, you're an idiot. Anyway, that's enough for now, and later I talk about other things. And whoever want to hear, don't want to hear, so I don't care. It's our life, do whatever you want.